Okay, so here we are on the Bitcoin chart and we're on the daily time frame. Keep in mind that whichever exchange you're trading on, make sure that you're using that same exact chart so that you can get exact price targets. And so Casi and I, from the bottom here, from this major drop that we had, we're continuing to track the rebound off of that drop. And so yesterday we had mentioned that Bitcoin's going to come back up and test the breakdown from the fib at 597. I'm mentioning this exchange because Coinbase got to above 60,000, but most of the exchanges did not cross above 60,000. I think the high on here was $60,016. So right now you can see that it came up and it's resisted right at that fib level, and it is starting to drop now. And so Casi and I are expecting this to come down for a final wave around this 382 here. This is the main 382 support at 55.2. So in many of our updates, we had mentioned that this 236 up here at 62.2 and then this 382 here at 55.2, these are the typical targets for this entire wave 4 correction. And so when we broke down below this major support here, that's what led us to believe that we would be coming down to this next support at this 382 at 55.2. So let's just have Casi zoom in a little bit and give you a closer look at this wave 4 top, and then also show you what we can expect for that last wave coming down.
Okay, I'm on XRP. I'm like, wait.
Yeah, I was like, wait, where's the wave 4?
So here we are on the Bitcoin 1 hour, and this is that wave 4 that Tara and I have been tracking, and that red box area are those levels that we identified in yesterday's update. So the 382 and the 0.5 retrace, and you can see we found significant resistance at that 382 target. And Tara mentioned that some exchanges did potentially even reach up to this larger area at that 60,000 mark, but this on Bitstamp did not, but it still respected that 382 fib. And I was watching in on the 15-minute, which I was telling you guys to do, and then look at this bearish top that it was receiving as it was approaching those areas. So this was helping me to confirm that this was probably the top and was going to indeed be the wave 4 that we were suspecting that it was. So like Tara mentioned, I do think that we will be coming down now to our 5th wave. And the 5th wave down here can't be confirmed until we break down 56,500. That's that previous 3 wave. So it can't be confirmed until there. So right now the 618 for the 5th wave is landing at 53,400. So 53,000 to 5,500 is where everything is aligning right now, with that larger support at that 55,000. So could potentially be like where we come down here and we just have a quick wick and then an actual close, you know, at that 382. We have the larger C landing at 54,000, the larger 5 landing at 53,400, and the 382 at 55,000.
Yeah, guys, and this 382, like I showed you on the higher time frames, that is the higher time frame support. So that means that that 382 is a lot stronger than these other price targets that we have on here. Yeah, so just keep that in mind, because that's why Casi said we might get that quick wick, but the actual close and the bulk of the volume will probably stay around that 382 level at 55.2.
Yeah. And in general, this is technically alignment, because we have these subwaves that are landing in general around this 382 area. So yeah, I think you could still consider it alignment, even though it's not perfect alignment. It's still
in the general vicinity of that price. Should we do the 1 extension, or what do you think, Cass?
1 extension?
Yeah, for like the same size of 1.
I think I have it. It's right here at the 0.5.
What?
It's at the 0.5.
Is that one of the C, or is that one of the 5th?
Look how big 1 was.
Wait, hang on, I can't see your chart.
Okay, so 1 is at 54,000.
Okay. So yeah, so in general, we are expecting it then, basically no matter what, to break that last low at wave 3. I think we were measuring, Cass, the 5th of the 5th of C and not the 5th of C.
No, this is the whole thing. Look, I'm looking at the...
Go back to the 1 hour.
This is just the weirdest looking.
I know. Well, actually, that 618 that you have measured is the same exact price target that I measured.
That is the 618. So yeah. Okay. I think that's it for Bitcoin.
Okay. All right. Let's get over to Ethereum then. Okay. So here we are on Ethereum on the daily time frame. And yesterday we had just zoomed in a little bit off of this bounce here, off of these 2 fibs here at around 2,800. And I know on some exchanges it didn't hit the fib perfectly. On some of them it did. So just keep that in mind and like I said, make sure you're charting the exchange that you're trading on so that you can have those exact targets. Right now, we're on the rebound off of those fibs, and we're right at that previous support at this one fib at around 2960. And so the fact that we're holding right at this level, I believe, is a really good sign. I think Ethereum should just continue to trend sideways, or at least wait until Bitcoin's ready before we start coming back up. And also, I just want to remind you that we have this full wave C target at around 2,700. We've been trying to track this fib, I think, for over 2 weeks now. And just by going off of the subwaves here, it was really difficult to determine whether or not this wave C was finished or not. It did reach this one fib, which is a target for the fifth wave of C. Again, we have this full target here at this 2,700. So if this does start to break down with Bitcoin, keep in mind we do have this major support here, still that it hasn't reached yet. So let's just have Casi zoom in a little bit and give you a closer look at the subwaves and show you what we're expecting.
Okay, so here we are, Ethereum 1 hour. And like Tara mentioned, this was that bounce from that 618 level. Some exchanges got to a perfect touch at this 2,800 fib and some did not. We talked about that in yesterday's update, but we were just looking at this bounce and we put in these retracement levels here. And you can see we started to build our top at the 382 retrace. So this really continues to keep bearish momentum in play. And with us not getting a perfect touch at that 618, or reaching that larger 2,700 area perfectly, it is possible that we come down to 2,700 next. The 618 extension right now for that larger fifth wave target is landing at 2,700. So I'm just going to make it a little bit more clear for the people in the back.
Cass, maybe you can show them how to put that extension on their charts.
Okay, so the subwaves of this are really unclear, but what is clear is if this is a 4, we can clearly measure out our fifth wave. So that's one thing good about a fifth wave is it's usually really measurable. So I just start at the top of our 4 and I come all the way down to that touch that it made almost to that fib. So I'm looking at 2816 at Bitstamp, and then I'm going to come up to the high I just made in our subwave, which was slightly above that 382 retrace. The high was at 3036. So I'm just going to put it there, and you can see that our 618 extension for a fifth wave is landing at $2,704. So that's landing nicely at our larger C wave 1 at 2,700 or 2,687 to be exact. So let's keep an eye out there. This fifth wave or this last low would become invalidated if we start to break up into, what is this, 382 levels here. So if we do start to break back up into 3,100 level and start to hold, then we would probably start to invalidate that last fifth wave touch. So I don't think that it's possible. I do think aligning with Bitcoin, we probably will get that last touch. Think about that if you're trading or adding to your longs, that we probably do have one more touch to support. It's almost at the end of this correction, so it's not necessarily a time to be selling anything, just be time to be layering in, and a new high could be on the way for Ethereum, barring any weird circumstance with securities. We'll just say that.
Yeah. So should we get over to XRP then?
Okay.
Okay, so here we are on XRP on the daily time frame, and there really has not been any movement on XRP, which is a good thing, because I feel like XRP is just going to be trending sideways, at least until Bitcoin is ready, or at least come up and test the resistance there, which right now you can see we're right at this 382 support, again at 515. We're continuing to use this as support. Look how we were under it as resistance, and now we're on top. I know this is the smallest spread ever with this MA at 52.2 and this fib here at 51.5. So we're getting into a very small range here. I believe once it does push up above this MA, then I think that's when we're going to get some more price action. And you can see the MA is curving up right up to that bottom of the triangle. So I think this is a good sign that XRP could start to just trend up a little bit right up to the bottom of the triangle. And the RSI is right at support here, and also the MA on the RSI is also trending up. So I believe that XRP is ready and it's just waiting for volume. I believe that this could really go at any moment. And so keep in mind, guys, that the apex of the triangle is around the 10th of June or so, which is not exact. These triangles are very subjective, but it is going to be around the 10th of June when XRP is going to have a forced decision. But if you've been following our videos for a while, you know that all of the necessary waves within this triangle have already formed formed, and it doesn't have to go all the way to the apex. It can literally break out at any moment. So just keep that in mind when you're trading XRP or just watching it closely for the next few weeks, because I believe we're going to get a major breakout very soon on XRP. So let's just have Casi zoom in here and give you a closer look at what we're expecting.
Okay. Fun fact about us, guys. We went to dinner last night and ordered the exact same meal.
We do that.
I was thinking about this morning. I'm like, we literally always order the exact same meal.
Everywhere we go, yeah. Except you got a margarita. And I did it.
Okay, so here we are on the XRP 1 hour, and you can see it didn't get an exact touch of that bottom trend line, but I was zoomed in, and you can see even on the 1 hour, we did form a top there. So it does look like we're finding resistance. We didn't make a new high, so it's going to be the exact same support levels that we've put in a few updates ago. So since that high at 57. So I think that, just like Tara mentioned, I don't think that we're going to be for sure not making a new low. I think that we'll just be continuing to respect either the 382 retrace at 50 cents or the 0.5 retrace at 48.5. So I think that this could just continue to range just like with Bitcoin. And as Bitcoin comes to its 55,000 target, I think we could just get another touch at one of these. So the 382 is at 50,005 and 50,000. Okay, so the 382 is at 50 cents and then the 0.5 is at 48 cents 5. So those are both going to be significant supports, I think. And then, like I mentioned, you could really, as this starts to come down, get zoomed into that 15-minute mark and really start to look for a bottom. Make sure you have this RSI trend where you can really catch that new bottom coming, because you can see we have a little bit of room to support, but not much. Potentially the 0.5 looks like the most room, but we'll see how sharp of a drop it gets to that 382. So you're going to want to line up the RSI touch and a fib touch to know when we're getting a bottom in the next few hours or even through the weekend. Let's look for the support touches on the one hour. Let's look to see at which support touch it touches our bullish RSI trend. That will probably mean that it's our bottom, but then get stronger confirmation on the 15-minute and make sure that it's really building that bullish trend that we like to see on pivots. So that's what I'm going to be looking for XRP. I don't think the larger plan has changed at all. I don't think that we're going to be coming down to a new low. I think that we're just going to continue to range in the bullish retrace levels. And we will make sure to be back on Monday with another update for that.